Hello guys, how are you? I hope you all are guys doing great at your home. So I am Manav Jain back again with the interesting video where today in this video I will be talking about iPhone XR, that whether in 2022 that you should consider this smartphone or not, and I will also tell you an honest review. I will give you an honest review about this smartphone, that whether you should consider this smartphone in 2022. And besides this, I will also tell you the other options besides iPhone XR that you can buy in 2022 in iPhone series. So if you are thinking to buy an iPhone, so this video might help you a lot to know like about iPhone XR, about what is an iPhone, so that you can make your decision clearly and properly. So I hope that you guys will watch this full video. So without any further ado, let's start the video. And before moving ahead, I just want to make a small request from all of you guys that don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon next to it, so that you all will be updated with latest technologies, latest tips and tricks, tutorials from our channel. So don't forget to subscribe our channel. And if you're done that, let's move ahead in our video. So here now let's start with our first point, which is price and availability. Where firstly, if I talk about price, so in 2022 you will get this smartphone for around 46 to 50,000 rupees, where like its price varies on Amazon, Flipkart and on different resellers. So if I talk about 64 GB, so on 64 GB like you can get for around, I guess, 40,000 or like maybe sometimes 42,000, and for 120 GB you can get up to 49,000 or 44,000. So like its price varies. And if I talk about availability, so on like you will get this smartphone on Amazon and Flipkart, or like on other platforms. But because now Apple doesn't sell this smartphone officially, so but still you can get this smartphone on Apple authorized resellers on the same price which it was launched before. So on Apple Store, on Amazon and Flipkart, you can get this smartphone for up to 50,000 rupees. Now let's talk about next point, which is durability and scratches. Where iPhone XR build quality is awesome because its frame is made from aluminium 7000 series, and it's a very tough and very strong aluminium in a smartphone. Because like I have also used my smartphone many times without a cover, and I must say that it holds pretty well. Like I have also fallen my smartphone many times, but it has survived. There's no problem at all, like in functioning, in moving, in like using the screen, in like in listening to the music and everything. I never face a problem. So its durability is up to the high extent. If I talk about scratches, so as you can see that on my smartphone there are no scratches on top, at bottom, in front, in back. So like if I say overall this smartphone is great in durability and scratches. I know that it is not great as iPhone 12 or iPhone 13, because like those smartphones come with sapphire crystal, or like they all come with a new tougher glass than iPhone XR. But if you are thinking to buy this iPhone XR, and if you see the price segment, so in this price segment it is the best build, it's the best smartphone which comes with best build quality, and you will never be disappointed with the build quality of Apple, because Apple products are really built, so you will never be disappointed. And still you can consider this smartphone in 2022 if you believe in durability and scratches. Now let's move to our next point, which is our display. So if I talk about display, so like people don't like its display because it's an LCD display, not an OLED display. I know now these days the smartphones which are coming with OLED displays, not with LCD displays. Even the Android smartphones in the price range of 10 to 15,000 rupees. So people believe that now it's an OLED display, like we want to use OLED display, not an LCD display. But its LCD display is best in class in this segment because it's an IPS panel, so you get proper best viewing angles, and secondly you get proper brightness, which is up to 625 max of nits brightness. So in outdoor, if you like in outdoor condition, if you use your smartphone, so you will see your screen clearly. Thirdly, if I talk about it, like it has true tone, it has white color, it has everything. And if I talk about its resolution, so maybe it's a resolution between 720p and 1080p, but still its video quality its display quality is very awesome. And the biggest reason to consider an LCD display over OLED display is that the LCD display doesn't affect your eyes at that much intensity as OLED display affects, because OLED display colors are more vibrant, more bright than LCD display, so like they may affect your eyes, but an LCD display will never affect your eyes at that extent if you use your smartphone every time, like every day till night. So if you are a student, so I must consider that like if I were there on your place, so I will be considering an iPhone 10R or like an iPhone which is an LCD display. But if you like the OLED displays, then you can leave this smartphone because it has LCD panel. You can go for iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. So but I still prefer that LCD display is the best in class, and you will never be disappointed with the video quality and with everything that you see on this display. So its display is very awesome. Now move to our next point, which is a speaker, where iPhone 10R comes with dual stereo speakers. One you will find here at the notch and one you will find at the bottom besides the microphone. So if I talk about the speaker quality, firstly, speaker quality will not be that good as iPhone 13 or iPhone 12, but in the price segment which we are considering, so in that price segment it's the best speaker. If you play games, you consume video content, or like you watch movies, you like if you are doing anything, the speakers will not disappoint you. These speakers are still pretty loud enough, and like they will satisfy your need. So like the speaker volume or like the speaker output which we want from a smartphone, so this smartphone will give you that much of output, but not as loud as iPhone 11 or iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. So if you want a better speaker, then you can go for iPhone 12 or 13, but I know that it will not matter that much to you, because if you are buying your first smartphone, first iPhone, so this will be the best option. So speakers are still great in 2022. Now let's move to our next point, which is battery life, where the biggest specialty of this iPhone 10R and iPhone 11 is that it's great battery life. Because of an LCD panel, both iPhone 10R and iPhone 11 give the best battery life, and the difference between these two is only of 1 hour, where iPhone 11 gives you like 1 hour more battery life than iPhone 10R, and iPhone 10R gives you more battery life than iPhone 8 Plus. So battery life is really great. Even after using this smartphone for 1.5 years and more than 1.5 years, and my battery health is around 88%, still this smartphone gives me for like battery backup of around 12 to 13 hours proper battery backup, like whether I play games, whether I consume social media, whether I watch movies, whether I listen songs, like if I do anything on my smartphone, still it gives me around 12 to 13 hours of backup on a single charge. So still the battery life is great, but as I say, they're not as much as iPhone 12 or iPhone 13 because they are the latest smartphone with latest chips, latest technologies, and so like their battery life will be the best. But in the price segment, iPhone 10R will be the best in consider, like if you consider an Android smartphone. So the battery backup that iPhone 10R will give you, so that same battery backup any Android smartphone can't give you in this price range, if I say. So if the battery life matters to you most, then you can go for this iPhone 10R as well as iPhone 11 also. Both these smartphones give you great battery life. Now let's move to our next thing, which is the performance, where iPhone 10R comes with A12 Bionic chip and 3GB RAM. Now you will say that hey, it comes with 3GB RAM, so like the games will run slow. Guys, one thing that it is, the iOS is present in this smartphone. iOS is much efficient, more stable, and if I talk about performance wise, it's the best iOS operating system in the world, because with a 3GB RAM also, like I play BGMI, I have played Call of Duty, I have played many games like at the max frame rate, so all the games run pretty well on 3GB RAM. All the apps that you open, like they still remain in your RAM for around for a day, for a half day, or like for a full day. So RAM is the RAM is pretty enough for this smartphone. If I talk about chipset, so A12 Bionic chipset is the most powerful chipset today in 2022 also, because if you have seen the many speed tests in the video on YouTube, so you must have observed that the difference between the chips is not that much, and like it is negligible. So iPhone 10R's chip is very powerful in 2022 also. It's an A12 Bionic chip that Apple still uses in its Apple products. So A12 chip is most powerful. That's why Apple is using that chip. Still, it's using that chip in their Apple products. So, if performance matters to you most, iPhone 10R will not disappoint you. I know that in consideration of iPhone 11, the performance can little bit be slow, but not that much, because all the iPhones run on iOS. So on iOS you will never see a difference in in day-to-day usage, in playing games, in watching movies, or in loading, or doing a video editing, photo editing. So you will not see any of the much difference. So performance is still great, and receive the thumbs up from me to Apple. Now let's move to our next thing, which is the camera department, which is the most favorite thing of today's youth and today's people. So camera quality is still pretty great, where iPhone XR comes with 12 megapixel of rear camera with f2.2 aperture, and the front camera comes of 7 megapixel, where with the rear camera you can record up to 4K 60 fps, and with the front camera you can record up to 1080p 60 fps. So camera quality is great. If I talk about rear camera, so rear camera quality is very great, because I have clicked many photos in different lighting conditions, and I've also clicked photos at night, at day, so I never face any difficulty, and I'm totally satisfied with the camera quality. At night, you will face some problem, because it don't have the it doesn't have the night mode, but at night also, if you have proper lighting, so this smartphone will give you best photos. So if the photography matters to you most, you can go for iPhone 11, because iPhone 11 has better camera than this. I know that iPhone 11 camera is better, because it has night mode, it has deep fusion, it has next generation smart HDR. So and it has also has 12 megapixel of rear camera. So iPhone 11 camera is much better than iPhone XR, but iPhone XR will never disappoint you in the camera quality, because I still use it to click my photos, to click many photos. I have clicked many photos in my functions and everything. So this camera is great. I never feel a difference that I am using an old smartphone of 2018. I still think that I'm using a latest smartphone. So camera quality is very great. You can take portrait shots, and you can you have smart HDR, you have many of the features with iOS 15, so you can use these features. Now let's talk about reception and 4G. So this smartphone comes with 4G capability. So 4G networks are great. The 4G network depends upon the area, that in which area you live. So I can't say about this thing, but in my area I get proper network. Sometimes I face problem because of the network issue of the area which I am living, but rest, if I talk about Wi-Fi quality and network quality, it's great. I have never faced call drops. I have got proper calls. So still it is the best smartphone. And if the 5G matters to you, and you want to future proof, then you can go for iPhone 12 or iPhone 13. Now let's talk about IP rating. So this smartphone comes with IP67, where your iPhone can survive in water till up to 1 meter for 30 minutes. So this IP rating is mainly there for some purpose. The purpose is that, suppose if you're taken your smartphone in a rain, or you have taken in that area which has so much of dust in the air, so the IP rating will protect your smartphone from getting dust and water into it. So I never recommend to you to take your smartphone in the swimming pool, or do these type of activities, because Apple don't give the warranty about liquid damage, and none of the other companies give any liquid damage. So don't take your phone in your in the swimming pool. Mainly it's there for protecting your smartphone from minor liquid and minor dust. So it's IP rating 67. Now let's talk about iOS support. So you will get iOS support for till up to iOS 18, and after that also even maybe iOS 19. We can't say, because still iPhone 6s, which is of 2015 smartphone or 2014 smartphone, still they are getting iOS 15 even after 7 years of update, I guess 7 to 6 years of update. So iPhone XR is still latest smartphone, and still it has been sold till 2021. So you will receive updates till 2026 or 2027, and still after that you will get some security updates from Apple for 4 years. So you don't have to worry for the software support. Software support will be great till if you want to use a smartphone for long term, so you can still use this smartphone till for long term. No worries at all. Now let's talk about our final verdict. So whether you should buy an iPhone XR, so you should buy an iPhone XR only when you want to feel iOS, you want to enter in the iOS ecosystem. In a lower price range above the iPhone SE, you want a modern design with Face ID, gestures and everything. So this smartphone will be the best. And if you can spend little more, you can go for iPhone 11 also, and even maybe for iPhone 12. For better camera, better performance, and much better performance, and for OLED display, you can go for iPhone 12, because iPhone 12 display will be much better than iPhone XR and iPhone 11. So this is my final verdict, that if you want a budget iPhone, you can go for iPhone XR. It's still a great smartphone in 2022. and like if the like if the camera doesn't matter to you that much, like the display doesn't matter to you that much, that you want OLED display and like you want much more battery life, so like all these things, if it like don't bother you that much, go for this smartphone. I still recommend this smartphone even in 2022. So guys, this is the video all about. I hope that this video might help you in deciding which smartphone you can buy, and besides iPhone XR you can go for iPhone 11, 12 and 13. So it's your decision now that to which smartphone you will pick up, and now let me know in the comment section below that which smartphone you have thought of bringing or thought of buying. So please let me know. Bye bye guys, I'll meet you in the next interesting video.